Hello, Griffins. Welcome to our first lab prep assignment. Mr. Milks is here behind the camera. Thank you, Mr. Godwin. Say hi.
Hi.
There we go. All right, so density lab. I got it here, you got it there. Background. Density is an intrinsic value. It doesn't change no matter how big my sample size is, how much I heat it up, how much I cut it into pieces. It's intrinsic. So we're going to use that. There's your background information. You want to go a little bit more on that? You got an electronic device. Take it a little bit deeper. Density equation, percent error calculation. Come on in so we can see. You got those in your reference tables. I don't have to put those in there for you. You can look those up. Okay? Purpose. The purpose of this lab is to... First lab, I'll help you with that. Purpose is to use density to determine the unknown. How I'm thinking of a word, it's late. Determine the identity of an unknown. That's the word I was looking for, sorry. The identity of the unknown. All right, so we're going to start with part one. Ready? And in class, when we're set up in stations, if you don't start at part one, I'm okay with that. You might have to start at part two, based on our limited amount of stuff. So come on in. Procedure. We are going to do a regularly shaped object. Okay, so you need to do some things with this. You need to know its mass and its volume. So volume, you're going to use a good old-fashioned ruler, and you're going to measure its length and its width and its height. Okay, one, two, three. There we go. Length, width, height. I really don't care what you name them. You just need all three different ones. Okay? We aren't going to make you do three different of these, though. So what I want you to do is you do it once, and then your lab partner does it once, and then your other lab partner does it once. Okay? That way we can get an average. Then we all know how to mass, right? I'm going to use the scale or the balance. Should be started for you. Oh, look at this. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Very uncaffeinated balance. Make sure it's at 0. If it's not, we zero or tear it. Okay? Now we can mass it. I'm not showing you what the mass is. I know better. Okay? We're going to fill this out. Let me get an average density of your regularly shaped object. Good? Part two. Part two, you're going to do a procedure on an irregularly shaped object. We're going to use marbles. What I want you to do is, I want you to find the volume of the marbles by displacement. So you want some water in here. You're going to need an initial volume. I'm going to ask you to use at least 5 marbles, if not 10, depending on how many we have available to us. Because then when I put in 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's going to change my volume enough that I can actually get a correct, accurate measurement. 1 might not change it enough, okay? So what we'll do is we'll use 5, do the total volume of 5, assume that each of their volumes are the same. When I divide, I'll have the volume of just 1. Good? Then I can get its mass of 1 and the density, and we're on our way. Okay? Then to the big bad Holyfield. This is the real deal. There are 3 unknowns. You're going to pick one. In the unknown, you're going to trial 1, 2, and 3. You, your partner, and your other partner. Right? You're going to use 1. Mass it. Volume old school. Calculate what its average density is. Then we're going to use the big bad reference table. Density of all of our elements is here. Here's the density. Here's the elements. There's 2 pages of this bad boy. This is table S. You're going to get to know it well as you figure out what elements are which, because it does give us our symbols and our names. So as we're learning those, that's going to help us quite a bit. Okay? We're going to figure out, based on your calculation, who matches up the best, what is your unknown sample. That goes here. Oh, and I put it in here too. Silver, aluminum, lead, magnesium. We're good. Part 4, there's this quick simulation you have to do. We got Chromebooks for that, some questions to answer, and your first CEI. Okay, the purpose of this lab is you're going to restate the purpose. The claim, my unknown is. That's a claim. It's a sentence that ends with a period. Then I'm going to talk about my evidence, my percent error. Now, let's pretend that, because this is wrong, right? Let's pretend that it's gold. I think it's gold. And I have a density that I measured. I look up density for gold's accepted value. I can figure out my percent error for gold. Okay? Interpretation, most important part. Fill in the sentences. Using the physical property of density, I am able to. Boom. What were you able to do? Let me get it in a sentence. The error I got was this. And you're just going to fill this bad boy out. Remember, this is going to be for the whole year. Claim, evidence, interpretation, CEI. If this part isn't filled out, you're starting with a 60. You start with a 60, you got no lab minutes. This needs to be done to pass any lab in this class for the entire year. Are we clear? Year clear. Rhymes. Good. And there you go. Boot camp, first density video. You're coming in tomorrow. You're doing it, and we're done. Thank you, Mr. Govin. You're the greatest.
All right, thank you.